Live from Austin, Texas, with host Rosie Newberry. Local trends, shopping, and more. This is Studio 512.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today for Studio 512. If you're looking to add a little music to your life, our friend Kimberly White-Erlinger from Austin Animal Center is here today with sweet little Harmony. That's her name, our pet of the week. Kimberly, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having us.
You're obsessed with Harmony.
Totally obsessed with her.
She is so sweet.
The cutest little angel. She's such a little stinker. And I say that in a very good, positive way. Girl, it's right there in front of you. Go down there.
She's street motivated, y'all.
She's so cute and so little. She's only 28 pounds. She's about 2 years old, we think.
So she's not going to get physically any bigger. She might get a little wider around the middle, and in fact,
she's already kind of, she's pushing that a little bit. We might need to hold off on the high value treats for a bit.
But you guys got her back in March, and she was a scrawny little thing. So you've been giving her
emaciated.
love.
So, the vets have to, kind of slowly get the dogs to gain weight and get to their healthy weight. And then, the staff and the volunteers, we just sort of add on to that with special treats when we walk the dogs. But she, I think right now she's probably at her top. So that's, 28, 30 pounds. That's
not bad,
that's
especially,
really good.
Even if you're an apartment dweller kind of thing.
Usually 35 pounds is the limit. So let's not do that right now.
She is a little bit more on the puppy playful side.
She's real playful.
So let's talk about that, because she's been enjoying playing around with little toys.
She's loving her toys. She's really, and she's easily distractible. Like, as soon as she starts nibbling on the leash, all you have to do is go, please don't do that. And she's like, okay, what else can I play with? She's really fun. She's smart. She's so adorable and so funny and cute. And I wish I had video of her at the shelter, because
just a little personality.
Bounces. Yeah, she bounces when she walks, and she's got such a personality. And she's just a perfect size, and just everyone has fallen in love with her. She's just a dream baby.
I love her little curious ears. Those are big ears.
I know, they're so expressive. She's got super expressive ears. But she was great in the car. We did try her at playgroup when soon after she got to the shelter, and she was a little bit anxious at first, so we're going to try again with a different set of dogs, which we do. The behavior team is fantastic about making sure that the dog is tested with the appropriate,
now she's
buddies.
Realizing she's on TV, y'all. She's trying to show off.
She's showing off a little
bit.
bit.
Look at all the things I can do.
I know. She can do a lot of things, but I'm just besotted. She is the cutest baby. She's got the prettiest eyes. Like I've said 3 times, she's a perfect little size. And she was, she's been great. She's great on the leash. She loves toys.
That's my next question.
Yeah.
Good on the leash. Where are we at on potty training?
She's house trained. So I think she had a home, and she either got loose and they opted not to come get her, or she was dumped somewhere. I know, it happens quite a bit, sadly, but she's going to make someone so happy. She really is.
She is such a sweet girl. Okay, let's talk about all of the things going on with y'all.
All of the things, so much.
Especially starting this weekend, because it's the last weekend of June, and all June you've been doing name your own adoption fee.
Exactly.
And so here we are, last weekend. It's going to be a big one.
Yes, this is the big weekend. So we're doing a big push with several other shelters around the county, around Travis County. Name your own adoption fee. So come in. I don't have it memorized. There we go. It's on the map, and it's all over our social media. So it's name your own fee. Come in to any of the clinics shown here, and please just take home a best friend.
Well, and I think that brings up a really good point. You guys are overcrowded at this time.
Yes. Yep.
And it's been going on for a minute. So talk to us about why that situation occurred, and how best to help y'all.
I'll do the second question first. The best way to help us is to foster, adopt if you can, but fostering really does it's a little faster to foster a dog. So, medium and large dogs are the ones that we really need to get out of there.
And those foster pools right now are a little on the dry side, guys, because people go on vacation or they've got different plans for the summer. So,
so if you
can
commit to 2 weeks, that makes such a huge difference in terms of We can open up that kennel. We can get home notes when the dog comes back. You may fall in love, which would be ideal. You know,
we're looking for foster fails,
well,
hopefully.
yes, please.
But you don't have to have it go that way. You can
Right,
just have 2 weeks of a dog
Right,
at home and
right.
get them out of that stressful situation.
Right, and it is so crucial, and it's so important for the dog to be able to have that as well. So how it got this way, you know, it's a lot of factors. People leave town and surrender their dogs. We've had several dogs come in due to their families being deported.
Oh, wow.
So that is
I was wondering
very, very unfortunate.
we had a stormy spring season as well.
We've had that big storm that we had about a few weeks ago. That we had a bunch of dogs come in right after that. So storms also, and then people will often just not come back and get their dogs if they are an owned dog. Apartments have gotten very strict about size and breed of dog, so that has been difficult to surmount.
And then we're coming out of kitten season, and you've got a lot of kittens.
We have so many kittens. I've never seen as many kittens as we have right now.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay. So if
so
you want a
many.
little baby,
The cutest little meow babies with their little tiny meows is the sweetest thing.
oh,
Yeah,
that is
so
sweet. Okay, so we want to help out any way we can.
Any way, yeah.
If we can get folks to bring these animals home, let's say they do hold on to them, you've got a spay and neuter clinic coming up in July.
That's true, yes. Every dog or cat that leaves Austin Animal Center will be spayed and neutered.
Okay.
No matter what. So, however, if you already have a pet and you have not gotten it spayed and neutered, please, I believe it starts on July 28th. It's going to be out at COTA. It goes for 4 days.
Wow, big event.
Free, absolutely free. So
Amazing.
it's always a big event. And I think they average about 1,000 pets.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's say we have a dog at home. We can do a meet and greet, right? With
Yes.
Harmony,
Yes.
and hopefully take her home, help her find her forever home this weekend
Yes.
with the Name Your Own adoption fee.
Name your own fee. Come
love
in,
it.
give us $10, $20, and take this little angel home. She's so worth it.
This little splooted angel. She's
She's
got her
such a
belly
sploot.
on the cool floor.
She is such a sploot. I mean,
What
she's
a good
she's
girl.
champion at that.
I love it. All right, Kimberly, thank you for your time as always.
Thank you.
All right, to adopt Harmony and to see all of the pets currently available for adoption at Austin Animal Center, just head to austintexas.gov.
Hey Austin, our animal shelters have been facing chronic overcrowding for over a decade. Let's visit an organization here in Central Texas that eases the stress of our animal shelters.
I'm Sherry Soltis, and I'm the founder and CEO of Service Dogs, Inc. We adopt from animal shelters throughout Texas. We have at least 10 shelters where these dogs come from. We provide the dog completely free of charge. Probably over the 40 years, we've probably rescued and trained over 1,000 dogs. We train service dogs that help people with mobility issues, like they are in a wheelchair or they have had a stroke. Those dogs do a lot of retrieving. We train dogs that alert people who are deaf or have a significant hearing loss. And then we also train 2 types of facility dogs. The courthouse facility dogs typically work with the district attorney's office supporting children who have to testify about trauma. And then we train first responder facility dogs that support fire departments, paramedic stations, hospital emergency workers. I have a big compulsion to rescue everything. It's very fulfilling to find a dog that has an uncertain future and put it in a position where it's going to have its best life.
Jeep, close. Come on. Good. Sit. I'm Taylor O'Neill. I'm the COO and the Director of Training for Service Dogs, Inc. I've been training dogs for 12 years. I've always had like a really special connection with animals. I love the ongoing education and giving animals a purpose to do something. So when we go to shelters, what we're looking for is more neutrality while they're still in their rooms. With people walking through shelters, that's usually the most excitement and the dog gets really wound up, right? So we're looking for dogs that kind of keep their cool during all that chaotic environment. If a dog looks good in the kennel, we'll bring it out into the yard where we look for specific criteria such as a natural sound response if we're looking at a dog for the hearing dog program. If we're looking for a mobility assistance dog, does this dog have a natural retrieval instinct? As long as that instinct is there, we can really capitalize on it.
If a dog does not complete our training program, we will find a good pet home for it. So none of the dogs we adopt ever go back to an animal shelter. We adopted a golden retriever from the Montgomery County Animal Shelter 4 days before she was going to be euthanized. Her name was Honor, and we matched her with a woman in College Station. She was in a wheelchair, and one day she was out on her brand new porch swing that she got installed in her backyard, and she said, the next thing I realized, I was on the ground and all I could feel was Honor licking my face. The beam that had supported the new swing had broken and hit her in the head as it collapsed. Honor had been licking her to try to get her to wake up. And they had a button that Honor pushed that was a direct 911 call. The paramedics came and they said, if that dog would not have revived you, you would have not made it. That is a dog that was 4 days away from being euthanized, and it turned out to save someone's life. And that's one of my favorite stories.
So when we adopt the dogs from shelters, it's not only giving them a second chance just outside of a shelter environment, but we're helping these dogs serve a purpose. Some of them have never had an owner or human relationship before. Giving it a sense of direction and purpose and something to work towards, I think is so important.
One of the happiest days here is when we bring a dog home from a shelter. You just look at the dog and you say, you're going to be safe and loved from now on. And it's not entirely in our imaginations that the dog understands that and appreciates it too. We are very thankful to our community for supporting us because we couldn't do this without people wanting to be part of this Homeless to Hero story.
Learn more about Service Dogs Inc. online and support our shelters by donating, fostering, or volunteering. Life is so much better with a pet in it.
Welcome back, everybody. Of course, it's lovely to look at a long green lawn during the warm summer months, but if you've got some extra attendees in the audience, we've got a little help for you. Lance Robertson of Plants is here to help us tackle weeds in the garden. And this is actually going to get a little bit philosophical. I'm excited about it. Lance, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Happy to see you as always. So the first thing we're going to get into is the definition of what actually is a weed.
Yeah, you know, in my world, weeds are kind of a bad word because weeds are just a plant you don't want where it is.
It's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. You know, there's a lot of plants that we really love, and something like sunflowers. This is a plant that I think of when I think of like, give me spring flowers, give me something beautiful. Sunflowers is the first flower that comes to mind. But if you have sunflowers growing in your lawn, it's a weed.
Sure.
So you might not want it there. Maybe you can dig it up and put it in your bed. Maybe you're gonna have to deal with it. But again, it's like you said, you want the nice green patches of turf, and then you want flowers or something to be in the place where they're at. So that's really all weeds are, is plants in the wrong place.
Plants in the wrong place. I told you guys it was going to get philosophical. I feel like this is a really interesting way to reframe my brain. So yes, there are some nice ones. I think what we need to talk about, and a big reason you're here today, is how to get rid of those weeds, because I brought up daffodils. I love daffodils, but you said people have a hard time getting rid of them because they're actually a bulb underground. So there is a correct way and an incorrect way to deal with each weed depending on what it is.
Yeah, and you have to know what it is. You know, that's the important part. If you don't know what weed you've got, you might not be able to get rid of it. Sure, we can eventually throw enough chemicals at it if we wanted to and kill anything. We can salt the earth and nothing will ever grow. But
you may not want a scorched earth policy though in your own front yard.
If you have this one particular grass and that's the weed that you're trying to deal with, you may think, I'll just pull it out. But this is sedge grass, and when we grow sedge grass, we use little tiny microscopic pieces of the roots to propagate them.
Whoa.
So if you pull this plant out, you're probably gonna have 3 or 4 plants that come right in its place.
It's like the mythical Hydra, like more heads sprout when you pull it.
And especially if it, you know, if you're really hand pulling weeds a lot, this one is the devil, because like I said, you pull it this week, next week there's 3, you pull those 3, and then there's 10, and you don't know what to do.
And you're gonna think somebody's doing it to you on purpose. Okay, so let's talk about some ways to handle weeds that pop up, for example, in turf or on the lawn.
Sure, especially for turf, because, you know, in Texas we have big lots, we have lots of grass. We've made a lot of selective herbicides for the lawn. So that's something like this right here. You can see it, it might hook up to a hose. It might be something you put in a pump sprayer. It's not going to damage grasses. It's only really going to kill broadleaf plants.
Okay.
So it's going to kill most of what we think of as weeds in the turf. You'll still be able to mow it, have a nice good good green patch of grass. But these are really good if you've already got weeds. You're not preventing them, you're killing what's there. And this is something that you spray over the top of everything. It'll leave your grass alone, and you can kind of have your grass back.
I like the thoughtlessness of because there's a lot of thoughtfulness that has to go into it from the top, but the fact that you can just spray this all over your yard, you'll still have grass, you're fine. I like that. All right, let's talk about in plant beds.
In plant beds, so in plant beds, you've got a lot of broadleaf weeds. Like this is mint. Now,
mint will grow everywhere.
I love mint. You might call mint a weed. You may be fighting mint somewhere right now. I love mint. What I don't like is I don't like when grass grows into my mint patch, because I'm going to use this for spearmint and peppermint, mint juleps. I mean, this is going to be part of what I'm doing. I just don't want grass in it. So just like we have stuff that you can put in the lawn that you wouldn't want to use in the beds, we have the opposite as well. We have stuff that will only kill the grass, that won't kill all the broadleaf. So it's kind of the opposite of the leaf. Now, certainly if there's something like this that you're going to be eating, you don't want to put chemicals on stuff that you're going to eat, right? So I'm probably not going to be able to spread this, but that's why mint is great. Mint is going to choke out everything eventually. So I know I don't.
That's why I think of it as a weed.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about mint. Mint is going to do its thing. Mint is going to choke out everything else. So I'll let it go. I'm not going to use something like this. I might use it in my sunflowers, but sunflowers are also something that if you really have to get rid of it, you'd probably rather pull it.
Yeah.
So some of this is just for ease.
And you can pull sunflowers, just for the record, everybody, I did ask.
Sunflowers you can pull, they're great, they go away. You're not gonna have them come back like the sedge might come back. But it's something that, again, it's only a weed if it's in the wrong place. If you can dig it up and put it somewhere else, maybe it's not a weed anymore.
That's a really good point. Okay, I want to know about weed cloth. It's a concept I have not heard of before today. In our last minute, talk to us about that.
Yeah, weed cloth is great and horrible. So weed cloth is a plastic or cloth barrier that we stick. Most often you see it in xeriscape. Underneath rocks or gravel, it's this black plastic that you're looking at. The reason why it can be great is it stops a lot of lawn weeds or weeds that are very small. You can pull them very easily. It can't latch into the ground. So you can get rid of something like this nutsedge because you can really get the whole plant out of the ground and it can't come back. Where it becomes dangerous is like in the photo where if you are like me sometimes and you let your weeds grow for months before you decide to pull them, once they've latched into that fabric, you basically need to take out the fabric. And if you've got big rolls of fabric that you put under all this beautiful rock, you're talking about a lot of work that you're gonna have to do. So if you do it, it will very much help you stay on top of your weeds. But you have to stay on top of the weeds for it to be helpful. Because if it's not, you're gonna be doing a lot more than just pulling weeds.
We have to leave it there, Lance. As always, thank you for your expertise. Guys, you can get free answers to what's going on in your yard from Lance. Plants.org is where you wanna get started. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored on behalf of See Monterey by Tips on TV.
A great road trip begins with exploring iconic destinations, but the real adventure comes from getting off the beaten path and discovering hidden gems along the way. Joining us today are Kirk Gaffil of Nepenthe and the Big Sur Chamber of Commerce, and Mandy Lindquist with the California Rodeo Salinas. They're here with some pro tips on how to have an iconic Highway 1 road trip in Monterey County on California's Central Coast this summer. Oh, it sounds like a dream. Y'all, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Lovely to have you both here. First question right off the top. What can travelers expect from a bucket list road trip to California on Highway 1 through Big Sur? I've never done it myself. I'm really interested to hear.
Well, we love Austin and we're looking forward to you coming out. The experience of coming to Big Sur is one that's very convenient. It's about a 2.5-hour drive from the San Francisco Bay Area. If you're flying into Los Angeles or driving out, you can drive up about 5 hours to Big Sur from LA, come through the beautiful Salinas Valley and all that splendor of the agricultural area there. And then you come down the Monterey Peninsula and along the Big Sur coast, so the mountains meeting the ocean. So you have the redwood forest, beautiful rivers, beaches, very scenic, dramatic, and largely untouched landscape for hundreds of years.
Oh, I could let my hair fly free on on that highway. I tell you what, the imagery looks absolutely gorgeous. And Kirk, I want to ask why now is the time to plan a Highway 1 road trip through the Central Coast?
This is a great time to visit Big Sur. The daylight hours are longer, the temperatures are warmer, you get a cool morning, but then beautiful sunshiny days in the afternoon into the evenings. And you have the spring flowers coming out of this winter that we had. And you also have smaller crowds right now. So it's a great time to come down, see the landscape, stay here for a couple of days, whether you drive through or you camp out along the Big Sur River, you stay in one of the hotels, or come to Nepenthe Restaurant, where we've been here now for 4 generations. And it's a really remarkable array of galleries, shops, museums, and experiences in a natural and very rugged setting.
Wow, that sounds absolutely lovely. Okay, Mandy, what are some fun things to do? You're the fun queen on a Monterey County road trip.
That's right. Well, shout out to my friends at Rodeo Austin. You can enjoy that in March, but then come out to the California Rodeo in July. And we do say rodeo, unlike Texas, because it's a nod to our Spanish heritage and the word rodear, which means to round up. So we welcome you to come out in July, experience the beautiful summer weather. Make sure you do go through the Salinas Valley for some authentic Mexican food, hiking at the Pinnacles National Park. You get to see up close where your food is grown, your produce. We are the produce capital of the world. So you'll see beautiful fields, beautiful vineyards. We have delicious wines. So you can come out and experience all of that, plus golfing, biking, delicious food, and history as well, with the history in Monterey and throughout the valley.
Kirk, what makes Highway 1 and Big Sur a special road trip destination?
I think what makes Big Sur so special is that you have this combination of this amazing landscape, dramatic, rugged, mountains meeting the ocean, and you have a community here that really cares about the sustainability, the environment, welcoming our guests, who can have so many different types of experiences. And it's so convenient to get here from major destinations. And once they're here, they can stay and they can come to a restaurant like ours at Nepenthe, or they can stay at Post Ranch Inn, which has an exceptional restaurant, Sierra Mar. And we're really lucky today to have Chef Raylon here. And Chef, what do you have for us?
Thanks, Kirk. As Kirk mentioned, we are the produce capital of the world, but what a lot of people don't know is there's a lot of great foraging out here as well, foraging for produce and mushrooms. We also value the ethos of sustainability and regenerative agriculture. At Sierra Mar, we are perched about 1,200 feet above the Pacific Ocean with really, really iconic views of the California coastline. One of the dishes that we actually have to highlight for you today is Monterey abalone and seaweed with a fricassee of summer vegetables. Just one of the many dishes that we have on our lunch and dinner menus at Sierra Mar. So we invite you to come stay with us and dine with us.
Oh, wow, that looks absolutely incredible, Chef. Thank you so much for sharing. And the produce capital of the world, I didn't even know. Okay, Mandy, last question coming to you. Any insider tips for travelers?
I think that your visit to Monterey County can be anything that you want to make it: a romantic getaway, a trip with your girlfriends, a lot of family-friendly activities. We do things on the weekends with our kids, bike riding down the coastline, stopping for snacks at each restaurant. We camp in Big Sur every year, and the kids are going to have wonderful memories of that. They also love the tide pools, so you can find affordable things to do at the beaches and lots of entertainment for everyone. You can visit cmonterey.com/highway1 for more information and planning your trip.
Well, sounds like a ton of fun. You guys have certainly got me planning a trip. We really appreciate your time today. Thank you so much.
The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored on behalf of C Monterey by Tips on TV. All right, welcome back, everybody. The Carillon was one of Ali Khan's picks for this month's Best Bites, and today we have a super special treat as Executive Chef Jason Cunningham is joining us for a trivia showdown all about food. A chef versus a food consumer. We're very interested to see how this goes. Our friend Carrie Anderson from Austin City Trivia sent some questions into us. These gentlemen have not seen them before. They have no idea what's coming their way. I'm excited to see what happens. So, guys, for the both of you, first of all, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Feels like deja vu.
It feels like deja vu to have you still here, Allie, but we're happy to have you. I will say it's multiple choice. No need to super rush. Just don't cheat off each other. As long as you both get the answer right, you can both get the point. I do have a tiebreaker if it needs to come up at the end. Okay, so here's our very first question. Pins are ready. Here we go. Which of the following fruits is not in season over the summer? Not in season. Mango, watermelon, clementine, or blackberry? Mango, watermelon,
This is gonna win.
clementine, or blackberry? All right, show whenever you're ready. Clementine, both correct. Really? Well done. I know that you guys have a watermelon salad or something like that going on right now, right, Jeff?
Yeah, and we got a fresh greens mix from House Bar, a local farm here in Austin. Terrific mix of flowers and herbs and greens. And we do a compressed watermelon actually with that, and some smoked ricotta salata.
So you can get like a lot of flavor in that watermelon.
Oh, it's really concentrated.
Okay, all right. I'm telling you
Really
that 3 dishes for $55 is sounding better and better. Okay,
Same.
I would have gotten watermelon. I would not have gotten clementine. So points to the both of you.
Okay.
Second question is, what is the official state tree of Texas? It's not a multiple choice. It's not a multiple choice. Official state tree of Texas, but I will say, think along the lines of consumables.
I mean, who wants to eat a tree?
San Saba is I actually just know this off the top of my head, the capital of this in the entire United States. Okay, Oak, what do you say? Chef's got it. Pecan.
I was thinking about barbecue. You know, you smoke with oak. God.
Yeah, no, it's not a bad choice.
That was my
especially because
first
we have a
go-to
lot
as
of
well.
oak trees around, right? Live oak, everybody.
know.
Yeah. But yeah, pecan, and it's crazy that Central Texas is so good at it. All right, we're gonna talk ingredients next.
Okay.
A bordelaise sauce is made with stock, shallots, bone marrow, and another main ingredient. What is that other main ingredient? Stock, shallots, bone marrow, and what? Allie's got his answer up. Wine from Bordeaux and red wine. I will take both answers.
Really?
Both correct.
Slipped
Both
in
correct.
there.
I meant to say red.
Named for, this was actually going to be your tiebreaker, but you've given it away now, Chef. It's Bordelaise sauce is named for the Bordeaux region of France. So something for every, yeah, you're like, I know. Good job, y'all, doing well. All right,
Okay.
I think Chef's got 3, 2 to Allie, so we're doing okay. Next question coming up. Cookware made from which material heats up fastest and most evenly? Stainless steel, ceramic, cast iron, or copper? Fastest heat up and most evenly. Copper, correct. It's like these two guys know stuff about food or something. Chef, do you use copper cookware?
We actually have some that's really more for show.
Oh, okay.
Copper
Well,
cook-
it is beautiful.
We have an exhibition kitchen in the Carillon, and so we have some things that the diners can see while they're experiencing our food. But copper's really hard to take care of. It's great to cook with, the best, but really hard to keep fresh or keep it clean.
Keep it clean.
Yeah.
You know, I feel kind of the same way about a cast iron skillet. It's like, then you have to re-season it and the whole thing.
I've got some thoughts on that.
Okay, all
I've got
right.
some big thoughts on that one. So I got a cast iron. I did not grow up with one. I didn't have a grandma who had it. I discovered it when I was like in my 20s. And I had one for like literally 20 years, and it was all caked on and stuff. And I remember I was told like, "Don't wash it."
Right,
Scrubbing
exactly.
It. Yeah.
It has to keep getting seasoned.
Yeah. And the thing is, they do have a bit of pre-seasoning on them, you know, and they're very durable. So I actually found someone on the internet who restores them, like puts it in the whole like lye bath and stuff. So she stripped it down. It's totally shiny. She gave me a whole instruction thing. This is how I take care of mine now that it's been kind of restored to kind of the factory condition. I use it. As soon as I'm done, I wash it. I use water. I use soap, and then you dry it immediately, thoroughly, and then I put it on the burner for 3 minutes on low. It's been fine I got it restored in 2024, and it's been fine ever since.
Whoa!
weren't surprised. Yeah, there's so many things. Like I remember I did the whole salt thing with oil. I'm burning myself.
That's dangerous and messy.
Yeah, and a waste
My boss
of
is
salt.
saying in my ear, I do the same thing too. He wants to be in y'all's club. All right. I can't believe I'm saying this, but this is actually our final question. So I need you, Allie, to maybe like not think so much about the Carillon part because that will help you get to the answer. In what specific part of the Carillon menu would you find items made with Ritual brand ingredients? Ritual brand ingredients.
Wait.
So you just need to think about what does Ritual brand offer? Chef knows. Take a guess.
I mean, here.
If I were to say liquids, does that help you at all? He had written 3 question marks down.
How did you see that? I don't know. This is crazy.
Okay. What does that say?
Bar menu?
Bar menu? Cocktails?
Cocktails.
Okay. Do you know what? I'm going to give it to you both, but it's actually mocktails. Ritual brand ingredients, I think, are the mocktail side, the non-alcoholic spirits. Non-alcoholic spirits. I know that's probably not your forte, Chef. You're back doing the food instead.
And
but you could
it's
do
not my forte, I'll tell you that much.
old-fashioned hook'em, Macomb's Mojito, Bebo's Boulevardier, lots of really fun cocktails or zero-proof mixed drinks, which is becoming my forte. And some things they're getting really good at. I would still say the wine has a ways to go.
Yeah.
0% beer's coming a long way.
Love it.
Mocktails, I'm loving, but yeah, the wine's got a little while to go. All right, okay, you guys did really well. I hate to tell you this, Allie, but I think you lost by 1.
Are you serious?
Yes, I think you just got 1 wrong. Chef got every single one of them correct. It was that oak that got you in the end. So
I know.
you did well, but Chef, well done.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rosie.
Of
Appreciate
course. All right, and now that we have just a little bit of time to talk, can you tell us a little bit more about what's going on at the Carillon this summer?
Well, we refresh our menus seasonally. Chef Kyle is our chef de cuisine for the Carillon, and he does an amazing job of incorporating pieces of Texas into the menu design. But I gotta say, the best thing about our offerings is our 3 for $55.
Yeah.
First course, entree, dessert, and you'd be hard pressed to find a better deal in this market. So
I'm gonna say yes to that.
Yeah.
really a great deal.
Yeah,
So
wonderful.
come see us.
And such seasonal things. I really want to try that compressed watermelon. Sounds good. Okay, thank you both so much for your time, and congratulations, Chef.
Thank you.
Way to go.
Allie's like, nah, it's okay.
I had a good showing. I didn't get embarrassed.
You did have a good showing. Okay, guys, you can make a reservation to dine in. Right now, you can make that reservation today at thecarillonrestaurant.com. Stay with us. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Randall's.
Hey Austin friends, yes, even though we're well into summer, I like to say when life keeps lifing, those busy summer meals can still feel stressful and expensive. So I'm excited to say that Signature Select, available only at your local Randall's, has us covered again with a roasted chicken bundle offer for just $15. So here's the deal. When you pick up all 4 items, a whole roasted chicken, a deli side, a bag of frozen veggies, and a case of soda pop or a seltzer water, you can feed 4 people. And if you're doing the math, that's $3.75 per meal, which these days cannot be beat. And it's practically grab and go, ready for mealtime. Just clip the offer in the Randall's For You app and then head in store or online. Now it kicks off on June 18th and goes until July 1st, so pull out your phone and make sure you clip it now. Now that bundle offer is a no fuss, easy summer meal on its own, but I'm going to supply you with delicious recipes and tips using the quality products Signature Select has to offer. Whole roasted chicken, I call it a busy parent's dream. It's tender, juicy, cooked to perfection for an easy meal or protein prep. My simple hack, when I get it home, I put it in a large zip top bag, then just pull that tender meat off. Use the bones to make a flavorful bone broth, and then the chicken's ready to go for picnics, meal preps, pastas, salads, or wraps, you name it. Your summer protein is right on hand. Barbecue chicken roasted summer sliders are a total crowd pleaser. First, make a 4-ingredient dynamite sauce using barbecue sauce, brown mustard, hot honey, and then Signature Select's fizzy and flavorful Dr. Dynamite. Toss with the shredded chicken and pile high with pickles, onions, cheese. Brush more of that sauce on top, and after melting in the oven, you have mouth-watering pull-aparts that will make everyone's taste buds happy. And to wash it down, just know when you pick up your 12-pack, you can choose either soda or seltzer water, and there's a variety of fun flavors to choose from. A summer staple for us is any of the Signature Select seltzer waters. There's nothing artificial. They're all natural flavors, so they really pop on the tongue. We love to make a refreshing electrolyte-filled fruit water with blended mango, watermelon, and then pour in that grapefruit seltzer, add some fresh ginger, mint, and basil, and you have a drink that tastes like vacation in a glass. Literally so many great ideas to choose from. And you can redeem that $15 roasted chicken bundle offer with Randall's for you 2 times per household before July 1st. Just get it all in one simple click or trip to your local store. You can shop now and save, and go to randalls.com/signature select for more.
The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Randalls. Hey, we are happy to be able to offer you some help if you're out there searching for jobs. KXAN has partnered with ZipRecruiter to help you find thousands of job openings in Austin and around the country. Just go to kxan.com/jobs where you can search thousands of new postings every single day. Check it out right now and get started on the path to your next career. We have a lot of fun here on Studio 512. If you missed any of our great segments, be sure to check out our website where we like to post the fun things we do. Our feed covers content like arts and entertainment, food and drink, fashion and beauty, home and garden, stuff for kids and pets, as well as information from area experts. In addition, you can check out web-exclusive content that you can only find on Studio512TV.com. We also love to post behind-the-scenes funny moments, outfit inspirations, and more on social media. Find us by searching for Studio 512 on your favorite platform. You don't want to miss a single post. Be sure to follow us, check out our website, and watch us every weekday at 11 a.m. right here on CW Austin.